Hi, my name is Wayne and welcome to my channel. If you haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe button so every time I do a video, you get notified and alerted that a video was posted. Today we're going to talk about the antifreeze in a W222 or 2016 Mercedes-Benz S550. We'll show you how to check the level and show you what happens if you have a low coolant level or if you have a signal in your dashboard saying that antifreeze is needed. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and change the views. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop that hood. And it's a nice brisk 27 degrees in the northeast. So you guys are more than welcome to come up here and enjoy the cold. And so the antifreeze reservoir is underneath this panel. I did the pleasure of already removing the screws already. We're gonna go ahead and remove this. And this is our antifreeze reservoir. This is for the windshield wiper here. But this is where we're gonna be focusing on. And what we're gonna do, the best time to check your antifreeze levels when the engine is cold. Or if it's hot, what's going to happen? It's under pressure. If you open this up, what's going to happen is the antifreeze is going to spew out, and you could get badly burned. So you don't want to check this when it's hot. You want to check it when it's cold. And that is the color of the antifreeze. Let me go in the trunk and show you what I have in the trunk. And these are some of the components that you should have in your trunk at all times. Alright, so in my trunk I have the antifreeze from Mercedes. I have a quart of oil, and of course it's synthetic 0W40, and I have brake fluid, and I have a funnel, and my ratchet set. So you should always carry these components. And for me, this is my 10th car. It doesn't matter what kind of car I have, I carry the same component in each car. So this is actually from the Mercedes-Benz dealership. Let's go ahead and bring it. And one of the things I want to remind you of, you can never go wrong by getting the antifreeze or whatever parts from the dealership. You give them the VIN number, you give them the year or make, and they give you the right stuff. So that way you don't have to worry about guessing or anything like that. So the part number for this is BQ1030005. So that's the antifreeze. I just want to open it up and just take a look at the color. All right, let's see if we can see in there. So it's a nice color in there. So at least you know you have the right part. What we're gonna do, we're gonna pour. We can use the filler cap, or we can just pour directly in. The hole is big enough where we don't need a filler cap. We can just pour the antifreeze in. And basically, what we're gonna do, we're gonna pour it until we reach to that level, which is the black. Pour it until the antifreeze gets to that level. And that way we know that the antifreeze is at the right level. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, and you notice we're right at the level, so we can go ahead and stop there. Go ahead and put the cap back on. So we know we're at the right level. You don't want to overfill it because you still need room for expansion. When the water pump is distributing the antifreeze throughout the engine, you want to have a little expansion in there. Now, expansion not meaning that you have air in your system, but you don't want to overfill it. So let me go over some of the other reasons of low antifreeze in your car. All right, so some of the things I want to go over with you. Low engine coolant level is sometimes, like I said before, it happens in all cars with age. But if it happens quite often, it's time to worry about it. So the engine, especially our engine, the W222, the operating temperature will hit about 200 degrees. And it's important to control this heat by using the cooling system, the antifreeze. And so we'll go over some of the things of why an engine would get hot, overheating engine. And one of the symptom is there could be air in the cooling system. And if there's air in the cooling system, the water pump will not pump around the coolant to hold the engine at a good temperature. You're going to get spikes in your temperature gauge, meaning it's going to go up and down. Another reason could be a blown head gasket. A blown head gasket is, or a head gasket is located between the engine head and the cylinder head. So, replacing the head gasket can be quite costly. And I know I had one of my older cars, 95 Acura Legend, where blown head gasket was just a comment about that engine. Most engines are made of metal, and as you may have not already know, metal expands and shrinks depending on the temperature. If the engine is not holding the temperature properly, it can cause the engine part to expand so much that damage will occur and engine will seize. So, is it safe to drive with a low engine coolant? No, it's not. Low engine coolant can cause air lock in the cooling system, and an overheating engine can destroy expensive part like the engine block or seize it completely. Faulty radiator cap or radiator cap is right here. I want to make sure that that's good. Faulty engine coolant leak. One of the best ways to determine if you're losing antifreeze, or if you see a puddle, whether it's green or yellow or something coming underneath your engine, or if you can smell it. The sweet smell of antifreeze. Antifreeze is a compound included with the coolant to prevent radiator water from solidifying during cold season. So, one distinguished characteristic of the antifreeze is that it has a sweet smell. If you notice that your engine is producing a sweet smell, then the engine system is leaking. Another thing to check for: rising temperature gauge. When the engine is being cooled, normally the dashboard temperature gauge will be below the halfway mark. If it moves up over the engine working temperature, then a problem needs to be checked. And if your temperature gauge is going over the normal working temperature, 200, you need to shut off the engine without risk of overheating it. A low engine coolant system on your dashboard. Most modern cars have warning light that will appear on the dashboard if the engine coolant is low. It may sound obvious, but not all car models have this light, especially if the car model is a little bit older. If the low engine coolant system appears on the dashboard, it's definitely time to check the engine coolant. Wait for the coolant to cool down, and slowly turn this, and you're gonna hear some air coming out. Turn it, turn it, turn it, and of course it's gonna be coolant coming out. But like I said, you probably want to do this when the engine is cold, or if you're driving and you get that symbol on your dashboard, you probably want to open it slowly. Air is going to come out, air is going to come out. Let it go like that. Take a rag, put over this, and then eventually take it and come out and pour coolant inside the reservoir like I showed you. So one of the other things of coolant, or you're having a coolant problem, there's air in the coolant. For whatever reason, you replace the radiator, they didn't bleed the car, meaning they didn't get all the air out of the radiator. That could be a thing. That's the first thing that could happen if you drive around with low coolant. Is the water pump, there's air in the coolant system, which will cause air lock in the coolant system. That will cause the temperature gauge to go up and down like a yo-yo. What else? One of the other things that you probably want to check is your hose. Your any hose dealing with the antifreeze. Sometimes these hose they get old and cracked, and they'll start leaking, and they'll eventually need to be replaced. This is your windshield wiper, and the reason why there's hose going into it, you have a hose going in, or direction of the fluid going in, and then you have a direction going out. The reason for that is the liquid inside here is warmed by the engine coolant, which comes in and out of it. So that's how this stays nice and warm in the cold season. So that's it. So I'm trying to think of other stuff that could go wrong. All right, so that's basically how to check your reservoir. There are some reservoir that has minimum and maximum that's stamped on the outside, so to make it easier for you to put the antifreeze in the reservoir. For this one, you know, we remove the cap and we look at that little gauge, the indicator, let us know when to fill it. So hopefully you learned a lot. Subscribe and like, and I'll talk to you soon.